Welcome to Clue 1 of the Mystery MusiKAL. We are going to use all 4 colors this week, so get all 4 colors wound into a cake ready to knit this modular section. If you have a mohair dare, you could hold a coordinating color of mohair with any of your colors. So if you have a coordinating shade, you could hold one strand of lace weight together with any of your colors. That could be just one color that has a mohair dare. Or if you have a brand new color pop, like a color that's different from all of your other colors as your mohair dare, this could be nice as a substitute for color D. I think that's a cool, there's a little eyelet for color D in this clue. I think that could be cool with a brand new color. So use your mohair dares at your own freedom and creative interpretation. You can mix them in some other clues later as well. So if you just want to do a little mohair dare held together with one of your colors, I think that would be really cute for this week. Okay, colors A, B, C, D. Color A is a main color this week, so I'm going to use this terracotta colorway as my color A because it's very different from my other 3 colors. This is going to be a framing main color that's very dominant this week. It's not necessarily going to be like that for the whole knit along, okay? Just for this section. Another star color that's going to have some importance later in the knit along is color C. This is going to be a soloist later in some other clues, so it's also important to look at what other color do I have that's different from my other 3 shades. So I've got color C labeled as my lime green pop. That's going to be a star soloist later, and color A is going to be dominant this week. So this is my A, B, C, D. Let's get those in color order. You can skip ahead in this video at any time to follow any of the techniques to see something more close up, like a Welt technique, or there's a brioche option this week. So you can skip ahead using the timestamps linked down below to see the final clue at the end of the video, and that might help you with your color placement. If you want to see a little spoiler and visualize, and I'll show you in my section where each color is placed in this clue, that can be a really good guide to help you determine your color order. But A, B, C, D, color C later, it will be a soloist. So you can see that my color C is very different from these other warm colors. So that's going to be important later in the knit along. Color C will be a soloist. And let me just arrange them so you can see. If color C is a soloist later, there's going to be a moment, I'm going to give you a little clue, a little hint later. There's a little moment where there's going to be a sequence that goes A, D, B, A, D, B, A, D, B, A, D, B. So if you've got some colors that make a little gradient trio from dark to light, or this color A could be your lightest, color D in the middle, and color B, that could be the darkest. But if those make a little gradient trio, ADB, 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 there's going to be something happening with color C as the soloist, and then ADB, ADB, ADB. So that gives you a little hint for later how to organize your colors. A is going to be dominant this week. C will also be a pop for this week. We're going to use all 4 colors. It doesn't really matter colors B and D. So here's my order this week. A, B, C, D. All right, so you can skip ahead to get right to those technique tutorials, but I'll show you a few other color placement options. What if you have a gradient like this? I think the dark could be really nice as color A this week to frame all the colors. And then this light color, I think would be great as color C, because place the color C in front of the other 3, and that makes a nice background singer vibe with your soloist as color C. So if this is A, this is C, these could be B and D, and that makes a really nice sequence for the gradients, the crescendos. What if you have 3 colors that are similar with one accent pop? This could be color A this week. That would be nice. And then color C later. This could be the soloist later with the light colors. Or if I was knitting this palette, I think I'd do color A as my dark color. That's going to frame all the tones this week. And then later, color C is going to be the soloist with these background singers. So I think this would be a nice order for this palette. Color A, color C, those are both going to have solo moments. And then colors B and D. Yeah, very, very nice. What if you have a high contrast palette like this? This really, any placement is going to look amazing. This could be your color A, because it's very dark. It'll frame everything. If you love color pops, I think it's really fun to have your color pop as color A. It's what you're going to see the most of this week. So pick your color A. What do you want to see the most of this week? I think I would do this dark color, because that's going to be a gorgeous dark frame. And then later, I think color C would be amazing as this orange, because it's so different. It's such a star soloist with these background singers. So this could be A, B, C, D. Or you could flip it. You could go A, B, C, D. So if you love red, it could also be like this. Color A, you could see the most of this week. Later, your star soloist is color C. That's also really cool. So with these contrast palettes, it's a really no strict rules. So you can skip ahead in the video to see what the final clue looks like. That might help you with your color placement. Otherwise, just don't overthink it. If you're confused about what color placement to do, it looks great no matter what color order is in the shawl. So pick your favorite color this week as color A. That you're going to see the most of, and then you can pick the other three in just a random order. Colors B, C, and D. There'll be little accent pops this week. And throw in a mohair dare if you want to hold it together with any color as a little mohair marl. Or if you want to throw in a brand new color pop as your mohair dare, I think it would be really cool to do that as color D this week. You could replace your color D with a little mohair dare color pop. So have fun with this week's instructions. It's a lot to learn. And if you do the brioche option, you're going to need a spare circular needle. So get your 4 colors wound, your main needle, 3.5 millimeter, US 4 recommended, and a spare circular if you're doing the brioche. There's a non-brioche option that's really, really easy. So go for that if you want to have a little break, a brioche break, and do a non-brioche option. If you do the non-brioche, you probably won't need that spare needle. So just your main needle to get started, and let's cast on. Section 1, scallops. Scallop 1, we're going to begin with color A. I have my 4 colors lined up, ready to go. If you have any mohair dares, you can coordinate them with any of the colors. So you have some options. You might just have one mohair dare, so you could hold any color of mohair that you have together with any of your colors that it coordinates with. I'm going to do that, I think, just for color B for this section. So we'll get to those colors later. Use your main working needle. Using A, cast on 3 stitches using the long tail cast on method. I have the yarn in the slingshot position with the short tail in front. Place the working needle on top and give it a twist for the first stitch and get 2 more. You can cast on using any cast on method that you like. It doesn't really matter. Knit 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip 3 stitches onto left needle. 1, 2, 3. Repeat from asterisk twice more. Knit 3, slip 3. Knit 3, slip 3. After you repeat from asterisk twice more, knit 3. So all 3 stitches are on your right needle. Pick up and knit 3 stitches along the I-cord edge. Go into both legs of an I-cord stitch to get 1, 2, 3 stitches picked up and knitted. You should have 6 stitches turn to work wrong side. Next row, wrong side. Pick up and knit 3 stitches along the I-cord cast on edge. These can be any strands of yarn that you see. Get a stitch onto the left needle and knit it for 1. Here's another strand of yarn along the I-cord cast on edge. That is the second one. And get a third one. Just pick up any little strand of yarn you can get along that little cast on edge. Place it onto the left needle and knit it. So you should have 3 stitches on your right needle, 6 stitches on your left needle. Knit 3. Slip 3 with yarn in front. Bring the yarn forward to slip the last 3 stitches. You should have 9 stitches. Garter stitch, row 1, right side. Knit 3. Yarn over. Knit 1, yarn over 3 times. Knit 1, yarn over. Knit 1, yarn over. Knit 1, yarn over 3 times. Bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. So if you do that last yarn over on top of the right needle, keep on bringing it in front to slip the last 3 with yarn in front. You should have 13 stitches. Row 2, wrong side. Knit 10. Nine, 10, slip the last 3 with yarn in front. That is going to give us smooth I-cord edges. Row 3, right side. Knit 10. And slip 3 with yarn in front. Bring the yarn forward to slip 3. Row 4, wrong side. Knit 10. And slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 5, right side. Knit 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Knit, yarn over 4, knit. So we're going to knit 1, yarn over 4 times into the same stitch, like this. Knit 1, yarn over, leave the stitch on the needle, knit 1, yarn over a second time, knit 1, yarn over a third time, knit 1, yarn over a 4th time, and finally knit and take it off, resulting in 9 stitches coming from 1 stitch. We just increased 8 stitches. Let me show that one more time for you English style knitters. Knit, yarn over once, leave the stitch on the left needle, knit, yarn over twice, knit, yarn over 3 times, knit, yarn over 4 times, and the final knit stitch into that same stitch. You should count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches coming from that center stitch. Knit 3, slip 3 with yarn in front. You should have 21 total stitches. Turn to work wrong side. Row 6, wrong side. Knit 18. Knit all of the stitches until you reach the final 3. After you knit 18, slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 7 and 8 are the same. You're going to knit 18, slip 3 with yarn in front for rows 7 and 8, and then repeat those 2 rows twice more. So I'll see you after I repeat rows 7 and 8 for some nice garter stitch. I just finished row 12, resulting in 4 garter ridges above that increase hole. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should still have 21 stitches. Keep color A attached. The next section will prepare a welt for the next row wrong side. I'm going to use color B for the welt, and I'm going to hold a coordinating color of mohair that I have for a mohair dare. You can do a mohair dare at any time during this clue, holding a lace weight strand of mohair together with any of the colors to add a little bit of fluff. Next row, right side, slip the first 3 stitches onto right needle, and we're not going to work the I-cord stitches at the beginning and the end of the row during this welt preparation. Next row, wrong side, slip 3 onto right needle using B, knit 15. Basically knit all of the stitches except the first 3 I-cord stitches and the last 3 I-cord stitches. Those are just going to stay on your left needle, those last 3 I-cord stitches. I just knitted 15, turn to work wrong side, purl 15. Only working with these center 15 stitches, and the I-cord stitches remain on the needle. After you purl 15 on the wrong side, turn to work right side, next row, right side, knit 15, and those I-cord stitches just stay on the needle. Keep on following the instructions until you have 8 total color B rows, only working with the center 15 stitches, knitting on the right side, purling on the wrong side. After you repeat last 2 rows twice more, you should have 8 color B rows like this. Break color B, leaving a tail about this long, and just drop color B to the back. The welt is created on the next row. I'm going to show you the brioche option for my shawl. If you're doing the garter stitch option, then skip ahead in your pattern to garter stitch stripes option, and you're going to begin the same way, slipping 3 stitches onto left needle, those 3 I-cord stitches. This is very similar for both versions, whether you're doing the brioche or the garter stitch. This is the welt technique. Grab color A. The 3 stitches are on the left needle. Using A, knit 3, yarn over, knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side from 8 rows below. So knit this next stitch together with a picked up stitch from 8 rows below. So look at the wrong side, and you see these color B bumps. The very first one you see Pick it up with the left needle, knit it together with the live stitch. So we have knit 3, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, let me make sure my yarn over is on my needle. My yarn over slipped off. We have knit 3, yarn over, and then knit that picked up stitch together with the live stitch. Yarn over after you do that pick up, and repeat all of that. Knit one together with the picked up B stitch on the wrong side. So look at the wrong side and get the next bump right there. Knit it together with the next live stitch and yarn over. So we're picking up the next bump from the wrong side, knitting it together with the next stitch and yarn over. We're doing that 15 total times. Here is that next color B bump. Pick it up with the left needle. And make sure as you're doing this, you're seeing a yarn over between each stitch. This is a yarn over. This is a yarn over. This is a yarn over, making a hole and an increase. After you pick up and knit it together with the next stitch, yarn over. I'll show this technique for you English style knitters. Pick up the next color B bump, knit it together with the next stitch, and yarn over. Rotate to look at the back, pick up the next color B stitch, knit it together, yarn over. There's the next color B bump. If it helps you to use your right needle to pick up that bump, that's okay. Just make sure it's on the left needle so you can knit those 2 stitches together. Yarn over. There's the next bump. Yarn over. Keep on going until you do that welt technique to all of these color B stitches. I am at the final color B stitch, so I need to pick up the final color B bump. And if you can't see where to go, we're at the very edge of the row. You can get anything you see at the edge. So I'm going to grab this color B bump at the edge. Just pick up a strand anywhere that's down below, about 8 rows below, and knit it together with your next stitch. That was number 15, and don't forget the final yarn over. And then bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. You should have 37 total stitches. So I'm going to do the brioche version. If you're doing the garter stitch version, you'll do that same welt technique, and you should also have 37 stitches. If you're doing the garter stitch option, then turn around to work row 2 and knit 34, slip 3 with yarn in front. Knitting garter stitch, and then you'll be doing some stripes with colors A and color C for your garter stitch version. Colors A and C will be striped. If you're doing the brioche version, you should have 37 stitches. Do not turn. Keep looking at the right side. Slide the stitches on your circular needle to work the same side with color C. This is going to be my lime green. Color C is going to have a really fun solo option later on in the knit along. So make sure you like your color C, that it's a soloist and nice and different from the other 3 colors. Also, it doesn't really matter.
The shawl is going to be a really fun way to dance with all the colors. And if you have your colors in a completely different order from somebody else that has your same palette, it's going to look awesome. It's one of those contrast style designs that looks pretty cool no matter how the colors are placed. So row 1, right side, using C, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, purl 1, that is the yarn over from color A, purl 1, slip 1 yarn over, purl 1 15 times, slip 1 yarn over, purl 1, slip 1 with a yarn over, purl 1. So my yarn is in front before I slip. Slip 1 with a yarn over, purl 1. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, you want the yarn to be in front before you slip, and then wrap it around to purl. You're always purling that yarn over stitch. The yarn is in front to slip, yarn over, purl. The yarn is in front to slip, wrap it around to purl. Slip 1 with a yarn over, purl. Slip 1 with a yarn over, purl. Keep on going, 15 times. Slip 1 yarn over, purl. If this is your first time doing brioche, you might want to try a brioche swatch and practice the brioche stitch. You might take a few times to really get the practice of this. If this is your very, very first time doing brioche, it might be a nice practice to do a little swatch to try those knits and purls and slip 1 yarn over. So I just did the final purl 1, so slip 1 yarn over. The final purl 1 is into that yarn over stitch. And then bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. Again, if you're doing the garter stitch option, then you can skip ahead in this video to the next section to get back on track to the next techniques. This is row 1 completed with colors A and C. Turn to work wrong side. Using A. Knit 3. Slip 1 with the yarn over. Make sure the yarn is in front of the needle as you slip. Brioche purl. Bring the yarn forward to purl the color A stitch and that yarn over together. Brioche purl. Slip 1 with the yarn over. Bring the yarn forward to brioche purl the color A stitch and its yarn over together. Slip 1 with a yarn over, brioche purl. Slip 1 with a yarn over, brioche purl. I think about the slipped stitch like it's wearing a shawl over its shoulders. So there's the slipped stitch with the yarn over shawl going across it. And then you always count that slip stitch in the yarn over as 1 stitch. So I'm doing the brioche purl, slip 1 with the yarn over, the brioche purl, that's always counted as 1 stitch, slip 1 with the yarn over, purling the matching color together with its contrasting yarn over. For you English style knitters, make sure the yarn is in front before you slip. Wrap the yarn around to brioche purl. slip one with a yarn over, brioche purl. Slip one with a yarn over, brioche purl. Slip one with a yarn over. Keep on going until you are at the final 3 stitches. Brioche purl, slip, yarn over, brioche purl, slip, yarn over, brioche purl, slip with a yarn over, brioche purl one, and the final slip one with a yarn over. The yarn should be in front as you slip the last 3 stitches with yarn in front. Do not turn. Slide stitches to work the same side with color C. Color C should be in the back. Row 2, wrong side, using C, knit 3, brioche knit 1, knit the stitch and its yarn over shawl together. Slip one with the yarn over, make sure the yarn is in front before you slip, and then brioche knit 1. Do that 15 times. Slip one with the yarn over, brioche knit. Slip one with the yarn over, brioche knit. Make sure that the yarn isn't in back, because if you slip and then do the yarn over, do you see how that looks a bit like 2 separate things? And the yarn over should be traveling on top of the stitch. So always remember, before you slip, make sure the yarn is in front. Slip one with the yarn over, brioche knit. The yarn is in front to slip, and brioche knit. Yarn in front to slip, brioche knit. Yarn in front to slip, brioche knit. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, slip one with the yarn over, bring the yarn forward to slip, and then as you brioche knit, you're getting that yarn over shawl on top of the slipped stitch. Yarn forward to slip, brioche knit. Yarn forward to slip, brioche knit. Yarn forward to slip, brioche knit. Brioche knit. This is the final brioche knit, and then slip 3 with yarn in front. Bring the yarn forward to slip the last 3 stitches. With both of the brioche and the garter stitch versions, you're going to carry the colors along the edge, so keep both colors attached as you stripe the colors, and just drop the color you worked and then bring the new color from below. You don't have to do any twisting or anything fancy. Just drop the color you worked and then grab color A to work the next right side row. Pattern repeat, row 3, right side for the brioche version using A. Knit 3, slip 1 with a yarn over. Brioche knit 1, slip 1 yarn over 15 times. Brioche knit the stitch together with the yarn over shawl, slip 1 with a yarn over. Brioche knit, slip 1 with a yarn over. Always make sure that the yarn is in front before you slip. Brioche knit, the yarn is in front to slip. Brioche knit. You can either bring the yarn forward to slip and make sure that yarn goes on top of the needle to brioche knit. Or you can take the right needle and just place it behind the yarn so that it's in front, so that the yarn is in front. Slip one yarn over, brioche knit, slip one yarn over, brioche knit, the yarn is in front to slip, brioche knit. The yarn is in front to slip, brioche knit. Yarn is in front to do that final slip one yarn over, and then wrap the yarn all the way around, and it should be in front again to slip the last 3 stitches with yarn in front. So at the end of the row, you want to see that final slip stitch with the yarn over going on top of it, and then that yarn travels in front like this to slip the last 3 with yarn in front. End of row 3 using A. Do not turn, slide the stitches to work the same side with color C. I'm going to just manage my 2 colors so that they don't get too twisted. Row 3, right side, using C. Knit 3. Brioche purl 1. Purl color C together with its contrasting yarn over. Slip 1 with the yarn over. Brioche purl 1 15 times. Slip with the yarn over. Brioche purl. Slip with the yarn over. Brioche purl. If you hold your yarn in your right hand, brioche purl, slip with the yarn over, brioche purl, slip with the yarn over, brioche purl. You're always slipping the opposite color that you have in your hand, doing that yarn over, and you're always purling the matching color together with that contrasting yarn over. So always slip that opposite color and purl the pair. Slip that single opposite color, purl the pair. Brioche purl 1 at the end of the row. The yarn is already in front, so you can slip the last 3 with yarn in front. Follow row 4 closely, and then repeat rows 3 and 4 using both colors twice more, resulting in 8 color C rows. Here is color C on the back. I currently have 1, 2, 3 color C rows, so I need to turn around and do row 4, starting with color A, and finish rows 4, and then repeat rows 3 and 4 twice more. And I'll see you at the end of this brioche section. After completing the brioche rows or your garter stitch rows, you should have 8 columns of color A for the brioche, and along the back you should have 8 column stitches of color C. If you are doing the garter stitch stripes option, then you will have 8 garter stitch stripes, 4 stripes of each color for some horizontal, easy knit stitch stripes. Another beautiful striped option. Break color C, leaving a tail about this long. Leave color A attached. Next row, right side. Slip 3 stitches onto right needle. Using color B. If you just did the garter stitch option, then knit across the stitches for 31 total stitches. If you did the garter stitch version. If you did the brioche version, then knit 1, brioche knit 1 15 times. So knit, brioche knit 1, brioche knit 1. And if you did the garter stitch version, then you're just knitting 31 stitches. After you knit 31 stitches, or you do the final knit 1 for that brioche version, you should have 31 stitches of color B. Leave the 3 stitches of color C on your left needle. Turn to work the wrong side. If you were doing the brioche option like I did, then skip ahead to the Welt instructions. If you did the garter stitch version, then the Welt will be the next row that you see where it says Welt, next row, wrong side. Purl 31. This is the same technique that we did for the other Welt. So purl all of these stitches and never work the 3 I-cord stitches at the end of the row or at the beginning of the row. Those just stay on your needle, and you only purl on the wrong side with these center 31 stitches, and you'll be knitting on the right side until you have 8 total rows. Once you have 8 color B rows, break color B. With right side facing, slip those first 3 I-cord stitches onto your left needle. Eyelets, next row, right side. This section works with eyelet stripes using color A for some garter ridges, and color D will become some eyelet stripes. Color D is a really fun mohair dare as well if you want to hold a strand of mohair that coordinates with color D together, or you could use a mohair and replace it. Instead of using color D, you could use a mohair, just 1 strand of mohair instead for color D. That could be a new color pop if you want to substitute a new color pop mohair, or your coordinating mohair color if you want just some light flowy fluff for your eyelets. That could be a mohair dare. So start with color A, next row, right side, using A, knit 3, yarn over, knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side from 8 rows below. This is the same technique we did before, where you're picking up a stitch on the wrong side from 8 rows below and knitting it together with the next stitch. We have knit 3, yarn over, pick up and knit 1 together with the next stitch. So pick up that next bump and knit it together. We're going to do that 2 times, 1, 2, and then yarn over. Repeat from asterisk 14 more times. Basically, we're going to pick up and knit 1 together with the next stitch, pick up and knit a second one together with the next stitch, and then yarn over. So for every 2 stitches, there will be a yarn over. One, and
here's the, oh, let me go here. There's the next bump. And 2, yarn over after every 2 stitches. 1. There's the next bump. Knit it together with the next stitch. We have 2 stitches knitted, so it's time for a yarn over. Keep on going until you reach the end of the row. When you reach the end of your Welt row on row 1 right side, there's a yarn over, and you should have one final color B stitch to welt. Just pick up anything along that edge to do that final knit one together with a picked up B stitch from 8 rows below. And then bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. You should have 53 total stitches, so do a little stitch count check. If you don't have 53 stitches, then you can sneak in an extra stitch and increase anywhere along row 2, wrong side. Row 2, wrong side, knit 50. At the end of row 2, knit 50, and then slip the last 3 with yarn in front. Row 3, right side, using D. This could be a mohair dare used on its own, or you could hold a mohair together with color D. I'm just going to use color D on its own for this section. Row 3, right side, using D, knit 50. So keep on knitting. Row 3, right side, knit 50. And one thing you can do, we have this new color. We could do a Weavin Steven by wrapping the tail of yarn on wrapping the tail of yarn on top of the working yarn after each stitch. Do this for about 12 stitches or so, and this will weave in your ends as you knit. You can use this method anytime throughout this knit along to weave in your ends as you go. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, you will knit a stitch and then drop the yarn so you can cross that little tail on top. And this is a great time-saving weaving technique. Weaving in the ends as you knit. Knit and cross. Knit with the working yarn and cross that little tail on top. And this is enough time. That was enough time already. Those were enough times crossing that little tail. But if you do a few extra, it doesn't hurt. Knit and cross. Knit and cross. Knit and cross. And that's good. So once you're done, just drop that little tail and then you can cut it later. Not too close to the fabric, but just snip it right there and your end is woven in on the wrong side. Knit 50 and then slip 3 with yarn in front. At the end of row 3, slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 4, wrong side. Knit 3. Knit 2 together, yarn over to last 4 stitches. Knit 2 together, yarn over. Knit 2 together, yarn over to make a little eyelet stripe. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, knit 2 stitches together, yarn over. Knit 2 stitches together, yarn over to the last 4 stitches. At the end of row 4, knit 2 together, yarn over to last 4 stitches, knit 1 and slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 5, using A. Whenever you finish a color, we're going to carry the yarns along the edge while striping colors. You can just place the color you just worked with to the left and just bring the new color up to knit the next stripe. We will work 2 rows of A, 2 rows of D, 2 rows of A, 2 rows of D. Row 5 right side using A, knit 50, and then slip 3 with yarn in front. Keep on following rows 5 through 8, and then repeat those 4 rows twice more, resulting in 4 color D stripes. We have 1 color D eyelet stripe right now, and keep on repeating until you see 4 of those. These are rows 1 through 16 completed with 4 color D stripes and 4 color A garter ridges. Break color D. Welt, next row, right side. Slip 3 stitches onto right needle. Using B, knit 47. This is the same welt technique as the other welts, so only work with the 47 stitches in the middle and leave the 3 I-cord stitches at the end and the 3 I-cord stitches at the beginning on the needle unworked. Once you have 8 color B rows, break color B. Next row, right side, slip the 3 I-cord stitches onto left needle. Using A, knit 3, yarn over, knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side from 8 rows below. So go all the way down to pick up that first color B bump 8 rows below and knit it together with the next stitch. Do that 47 times, working all of the live stitches together with a picked up bump from the wrong side. There's the next bump. Pick up the bump from 8 rows below and knit it together with the next stitch across all of the color B stitches. At the end of the right side row, get 1 final strand of yarn picked up and knitted together with that last B stitch, yarn over, bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. So you should have a yarn over at the beginning and end of the row for 55 total stitches. Next row, wrong side, knit 52, slip 3 with yarn in front. Knit all of the stitches until you reach the last 3. This is scallop 1 completed with color A as that main color recurring in those 3 sections. Color B is the welt. I did a mohair dare for a fluffy welt. Color C is that background brioche color or your garter stitch stripes. And color D is the eyelet accent. Keep color A attached for scallop 2. Scallop 2 garter stitch, row 1 right side, using A, knit 3, knit, yarn over, knit, knit, yarn over, knit, resulting in 3 stitches coming from 1 stitch. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, you will knit, yarn over, and knit into the same stitch. It's going to look quite loose and spacey right there, which is totally fine. It's going to be an open accent. After you knit, yarn over, knit, turn to work wrong side. You should have 6 stitches. Row 2, wrong side, knit 3. 1, 2, 3. Slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 3, right side, knit 3. Yarn over, knit 1, yarn over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Slip one with yarn in front. This is the next scallop 1 A stitch. The yarn is in front. After that, yarn over, slip one with yarn in front. That is the next. That's the scallop 1 A stitch. Turn to work wrong side. There should be 11 stitches. Row 4, wrong side. Knit 8. Slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 5, right side. Knit 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slip 2 with yarn in front. This last stitch, that is the 11th stitch, and the next scallop 1 A stitch. So bring the yarn forward and slip those 2 with yarn in front. Turn to work wrong side. Now there should be 12 stitches. Row 6, wrong side. Knit 2 together. Knit 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slip 3 with yarn in front. And we're back to 11 stitches. Counting from here. Do you see this little gap? This is the gap between these working stitches from scallop 2 that we're creating, and we are going to attach this new section gradually together by knitting the edge stitches together to scallop 1. That was row 6 completed. Row 7, right side. Knit 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knit yarn over 4 times and then knit. So knit 1, yarn over once, leave the stitch on the left needle, knit 1, yarn over twice, knit 1, yarn over 3 times, knit 1, yarn over 4 times, and then finally knit 1, resulting in 9 stitches coming from that single stitch. Knit 3, slip 2 with yarn in front, the last stitch and next scallop 1 A stitch. This is the last stitch and this is the next scallop 1 A stitch. Turn to work wrong side. 20 stitches are on the left needle on the wrong side. Knit 2 together, knit 15, slip 3 with yarn in front. That was row 8. That's the end of row 8. You should have 19 stitches. Row 9, right side, knit 18, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, and 18. You should be 1 stitch before this gap. Knit 18, slip 2 with yarn in front. Bring the yarn forward to slip 2. This last stitch and the next scallop 1 A stitch. Turn to work wrong side. There should be 20 stitches. Row 10, wrong side. Knit 2 together, knit 15, slip 3 with yarn in front. Now you have 19 stitches again because of that knit 2 together. Rows 11 through 14, repeat last 2 rows twice more. After rows 11 through 14, you should have 4 garter ridges. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 garter ridges above that increase hole. Welt, next row, right side, slip 3 stitches onto right needle using B. We'll do the same welt that we did here with the same color, color B, knit 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There should be 1 stitch remaining, and leave that stitch on the left needle. We're not going to work that with the welt. So leave this stitch on the needle, that single stitch, and leave the 3 I-cord stitches alone. Only purl the 15 stitches. Turn around and purl, next row, wrong side. Purl 15. Only work with these 15 stitches with color B. So you see I just left that stitch, that single stitch, on my needle when I turned. So this will be the same type of technique for all 3 welts. You will leave that single stitch on the needle, and you will leave the 3 I-cord stitches on the needle as well over here. So purl 15, leave these 3 I-cord stitches, don't do anything with them, just turn around for next row right side, knit 15. Those 3 stitches just remain there until later. Keep on following these rows until you have 8 color B rows in stockinette stitch, only working with these 15 stitches from here to here. Once you have 8 color B rows, break color B. The welt is created on the next row, and this section again has a brioche option or a simple garter stitch stripes option. If you're doing the brioche option, you're going to need your spare circular needle and place these 45 stitches all the way up until here onto that spare needle. So first thing you need to do is just slip those 3 I-cord stitches onto your left needle so everything's all together. It looks like this. And then slide the stitches so that we can transfer the 45 stitches from here all the way to here. So not this one. This is going to stay with this group of the scallop 2 stitches. So ignore that. And then there should be 45 stitches from here to here. Just slip those onto a spare circular needle. Again, this is only for the brioche option. If you're doing the garter stitch stripes, then just leave all the stitches on your working needle and keep on following your garter stitch stripes instructions. So this is a second needle that I'm putting these 45 stitches, slipping 45 stitches onto the spare needle. This is 44 and this is 45. There should be 1 stitch remaining that stays on your working needle. So let's turn around and take a look. We have 45 stitches onto a spare needle. And I'm going to just move that other needle tip over there to the left. And then here is my working needle. I've got my free needle from my working needle, and then the stitches on my working needle and go ahead and slide those so you can work a right side row. So I'm working with these color bee stitches and that I cord. Row 1, right side for the brioche version. Using I already slipped the 3 stitches onto left needle. Using A, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side to form the welt. So pick up that color B bump from 8 rows below, knit it together, then knit 3, yarn over, picking up that bump and knitting it together with the next stitch, and then yarn over and get the next bump on the wrong side, knit it together with the next stitch, yarn over. We're going to do this with all of the B stitches. Pick up a bump and then knit it together with the next stitch. Don't forget the yarn over. And keep going 15 times. I am reaching the end of row 1, right side. I just did a yarn over and I need to pick up one more bump along the wrong side and knit it together with my final color B stitch. So I did the knit 1 together with the picked up B stitch from 8 rows below, yarn over. I did that 15 times. Now bring the yarn forward. The yarn is in front and we need to slip 3 with yarn in front. The first stitch is that single color A stitch. That's 1. That's the last stitch, and next 2 color A stitches from scallop 1. So slip 2 more stitches from scallop 1. These are the 2 stitches from that spare needle. So these are just holding the scallop 1 stitches. So look real close. You did that pick up and knit 1 and knit it together with the next stitch to make the welt. And each stitch was followed by a yarn over, pick up and knit together, yarn over, yarn over, yarn over. And here's the slip 3 with yarn in front. So there's a yarn over, slip 3 with yarn in front. Do not turn. So this is why we need the spare needle. So leave these stitches from scallop 1 on the spare needle. Do not turn. Slide all of these scallop 2 stitches onto your working needle. And make sure you're only working with only using this working needle. Here it is for these scallop 2 stitches. So I'm working with this one needle here, and this other circular needle is there just to hold the scallop 1 stitches. It's going to get much easier as we go, but this is a fancy modular setup. So we just slid, and we're going to work the same side, row 1, right side, using color C. This is the background brioche color, color C. Using C, knit 3, purl 1, slip 1 yarn over, purl 1, 15 times. This is the 15th time, slip 1 yarn over, purl 1, keep the yarn in front, and slip those same 3 stitches, these final 3 stitches, with yarn in front. Colors A and C are both in front, and you have 3 slip stitches. Keep on working with this main needle So this needle attached to the scallop 2 stitches. I'm going to keep working just with this needle, and again, this is only holding the scallop 1 stitches, that spare needle. Row 2, wrong side, using A, knit 3 together. You could even take that spare needle and just pull on it. We don't want those stitches to slip off. So using color A, knit 3 together. Those 3 color A stitches are knitted together. Slip 1 with the yarn over. Make sure the yarn is in front to slip. Brioche purl 1. Slip 1 yarn over 15 times. Brioche purl. Slip 1 with the yarn over. Brioche purl. Slip 1 with the yarn over. At the end of row 2, wrong side, using A, I just did the brioche purl 1, slip 1 yarn over 15 times, bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. You should have 35 stitches. Do not turn. Slide the stitches to work the same side with color C. Row 2, wrong side. We're going to do this wrong side again with color C. So get those onto the needle. Slip 1. The yarn should already be in back. Slip 1. Using C, brioche knit 1. The stitch together with that yarn over. Slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit 1 15 times. Slip 1 with a yarn over, brioche knit. Slip 1 with a yarn over, brioche knit. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, make sure the yarn is in front to slip, and brioche knit. Slip 1 with a yarn over, bring the yarn in front to slip, brioche knit 1. At the end of row 2, using C, this is the last brioche knit 1. Bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. Turn to work right side. Keep on following the rows closely. Rows 3 and 4 are the pattern repeat. You always work with color A first. Row 3, right side, using A. Knit 3. Slip 1 with a yarn over. Brioche knit 1, slip 1 with a yarn over 15 times. At the end of row 3, right side, using A, brioche knit 1, slip 1 yarn over 15 times. There should be one final stitch. You just did the slip 1 with a yarn over. Keep bringing that yarn in front. Slip 3 with yarn in front. So the yarn is in front. We're going to slip that last stitch and the next 2 color A stitches from scallop 1. These are the stitches on your spare needle if you're doing this brioche option. So that's slip 3 with yarn in front. We just did the slip 1 yarn over, slip the last stitch, and the next 2 A stitches. And then we don't want these other scallop 1 stitches to fall off, so you could pull that spare needle through so that they are resting on the cable so they don't slip off. This is the end of row 3 using A. You should have 37 stitches. Do not turn. Slide stitches to work the same side with color C. Row 3 right side using C. Knit 3. Brioche purl 1.
slip one yarn over, brioche purl one 15 times. At the end of row 3 using C, I just finished the final brioche purl one. Slip 3 with yarn in front. Bring the yarn forward. Both strands should now be in the front. And slip those same 3 stitches with yarn in front. Turn to work wrong side. Row 4 wrong side using A. Knit 3 together. These 3 color A stitches knitted together. Slip one with the yarn over. Brioche purl one. Slip one with the yarn over 15 times. Those are all the techniques for this brioche section. Keep following your rows closely and I'll see you at the end of this brioche. At the end of the brioche section, you should have 8 color C rows. Turn to work the right side. If you did the garter stitch option, you should have 8 garter stitch stripes, 4 stripes of each color for this section, and your garter stitch option was getting 1 stitch for every garter ridge joined from scallop 1. So that consumed 8 stitches from scallop 1. The next row, break color C. For the next row, this is the final row of the brioche section or the final row of your garter stitch section. To set up our next welt, we're going to work with color B. I'm going to use the same color that I used for my other welts, and I'm doing a mohair dare, holding a fluffy mohair together with color B. Next row, right side, slip 3 stitches onto right needle. Using B, knit 31 if you did the garter stitch version, or knit 1, brioche knit 1 15 times. Basically work across 31 stitches, and if you did the brioche version, you're doing brioche knit stitches here, and then a regular knit 1, brioche knit, knit. If you did the garter stitch version, then you are just knitting 31 stitches, but not these first 3 I-cord stitches. So for the welt, ignore these I-cord stitches. Those were just slipped and not worked. Only working 31 stitches with color B. This is the final knit stitch on the right side row after knitting 31, or doing the brioche knit 1 15 times. There should be 1 color A stitch remaining on your left needle, and leave it there. We're only going to work with 31 stitches for the welt. Skip ahead to the welt instructions. For next row, wrong side, purl 31. So when you turn around, that color A stitch just remains on the needle, and we're only working with 31 stitches for the welt. At the end of the wrong side row, after you purl 31, there should be the 3 I-cord stitches. Keep those on the needle. Turn to work next row, right side, knit 31. Always leave these 3 I-cord stitches on the needle as you knit 31, and then purl 31 on the wrong side, and leave this stitch alone. Don't do anything with that stitch. It just stays on the needle. Turn and work the 31 stitches until you have 8 total color B rows. Once you have 8 rows and you finished the wrong side row, turn to work the right side, break color B. There are 8 total rows of color B. When you turn around the 3 I-cord stitches from the right needle, with right side facing, slip the 3 stitches from right needle onto left needle. Eyelets, row 1, right side. You should still have color A attached. Using A, knit 3. 1, 2, 3. yarn over, knit one together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side. So pick up a color B stitch, a bump on the wrong side, and knit it together with the next stitch. Do that twice. Here's the second time to knit 2 stitches to form the welt, and then yarn over. Yarn over. Do that twice more. Pick up the next bump from the wrong side. Do that twice. Knit it together with the next stitch and yarn over. So after 2 stitches, yarn over. And here's the second one. Yarn over. Repeat from the asterisk 14 more times. Repeat from the asterisk until you reach the final stitch there. So 2 yarn over, 2 yarn over, 2 yarn over, 2 yarn over to the last B stitch. After the final yarn over, there should be one more B stitch. Pick up one more final bump at the end and knit it together with that last B stitch. Slip 2 with yarn in front. The last stitch and the next scallop 1 A stitch. This stitch might be a little loose from all of the maneuvering, but it's okay. Just bring the yarn forward to slip that last stitch and the next A stitch from scallop 1. Slip 2 with yarn in front. You should have 52 total stitches after that increase row. Turn to work row 2, wrong side. And I still have these scallop 1 stitches on my spare needle from the brioche version. If you're doing the garter stitch option instead, then you can just use the same needle. You can just have the same needle and then knit 2 together, continue working here. But I'm going to keep those on the spare needle for later because I'm doing the brioche option. So I'm using my working needle, row 2, wrong side, knit 2 together, knit 47. At the end of row 2, knit 47, slip 3 with yarn in front. You should have 51 stitches after row 2. Row 3, right side, use color D for some eyelet stripes. This is another fun opportunity to use a mohair dare. You could substitute a strand of mohair for your color D, or hold a strand of mohair together with color D. Row 3, right side, using D, knit 50. And remember, at any time throughout this shawl, you can use the Weavin Steven technique to weave in your ends as you knit. Knit and cross, knit and cross for about 12 stitches to weave in your ends as you knit. Row 3, right side, knit 50. When you knit 50 stitches, there should be one A stitch remaining at the end. Slip 2 with yarn in front. The last stitch and the next color A scallop 1 stitch. Slip 2 with yarn in front. Turn to work the wrong side. You should have 52 stitches. Row 4, wrong side. knit 2 together. Knit those 2 A stitches together. Knit 2 together, yarn over to last 4 stitches. Knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over. Keep on repeating these rows for the eyelets until you have 4 total color D stripes. Once you have 4 color D stripes, break color D, and your section should look like this. Welt, next row, right side, slip 3 stitches onto your right needle, those 3 I-cord stitches slipped, and using B, the same color as your other welts, knit 47. After you knit 47 stitches, you should have 1 final color D stitch on your left needle. Leave that stitch there. Turn to work next row, wrong side, purl 47. So don't work that single stitch, just leave it on your needle. Only work the 47 stitches. Don't work that one, and don't work those 3 I-cord stitches. So purl 47, this is stitch number 47, and then turn to knit 47, purl 47 on the wrong side until you have 8 rows. Once you have 8 color B rows, break color B, turn to work next row, right side, slip the 3 I-cord stitches onto left needle, using A, knit 3, yarn over, knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side, do that 47 times to make a welt on all of the color B stitches. So no other increases as you're doing this welt, just that yarn over at the beginning, and do the pickup and knit it together with the next stitch 47 times. Here is the next bump, knit it together to create the welt. After completing the welt and doing that technique 47 times, you should be here with 1 stitch remaining on the left needle, yarn over, bring the yarn forward, to slip 2 with yarn in front. That last color D stitch and the next A stitch from scallop 1. The next scallop 1 A stitch. You should have 54 stitches on your needle. Don't forget you have that yarn over here and the yarn over after the first 3 stitches there. Turn to work the wrong side. Next row, wrong side, knit 2 together, knit to last 3 stitches, slip the last 3 stitches with yarn in front. You should have 53 final stitches for scallop 2. Here is scallop 1, scallop 2. There should be 28 live stitches remaining from scallop 1. These can all be on your same needle if you're doing the garter stitch option, but if you're doing the brioche option in these scallops, then make sure that those 28 live stitches from scallop 1 are on your spare needle. And slip these 53 stitches from scallop 2 also onto this spare needle. So this is my spare needle from scallop 1 with 28 stitches. And I want all of the scallop 2 stitches on that spare needle as well. So this is just for the brioche option. Again, if you're doing the garter stitch option for this section here and here, you don't need to worry about the spare needle. Just keep all of the stitches from scallop 2 and the 28 stitches from scallop 1 on your working needle if you're doing the garter stitch. But for the brioche option, these are on my spare needle, all the stitches. That's 50, 60, 70, 81 total stitches from scallops 1 and 2. 81 total stitches are on the spare needle. Now use your working needle and color A. Scallop 3 is the exact same as scallop 2, so you can rewind in this video to watch all of the scallop 2 techniques. The only difference between scallops 2 and 3, which will be right here, is that as you're knitting scallop 3, you will be attaching it to the scallop 2 stitches. Do you see how scallop 2 was attached to these scallop 1 stitches? Scallop 3 is going to be identical to scallop 2, but attaching it to these scallop 2 stitches for a third 1, 2, 3 scallop. I'll show you the beginning garter stitch, row 1 right side of scallop 3, using A, knit 3, knit, yarn over knit, turn to work wrong side, you should have 6 stitches, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, slip 3 with yarn in front. So I'm working with the needle, my working needle, and I'm just leaving that spare needle with the scallop 1 and 2 stitches alone. If you're doing the garter stitch option, you're just working on 1 needle, so yours might look a little bit different. Row 3, right side, knit 3, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over 3 times. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, and then bring the yarn to the front and slip 1 with yarn in front. The next scallop 2 A stitch. So this is what it looks like. You should have that final yarn over, bring the yarn forward, and slip that A stitch from scallop 2. Turn to work wrong side. There's 11 stitches on the needle. Knit 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 5, right side, knit 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, slip 2 with yarn in front. Bring the yarn forward to slip the last stitch and the next scallop 2 A stitch. You should have 12 stitches. Turn to work the wrong side. Knit 2 together. Knit 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slip 3 with yarn in front. At the end of row 6, there are 11 stitches. Row 7, right side, knit 6, 4, 5, 6, knit yarn over 4 times, knit. So knit 1, yarn over, knit yarn over into the same stitch 3 times, 4 times, and then finally knit 1 more into that same stitch, resulting in 9 stitches coming from 1 stitch. Knit 3, slip 2 with yarn in front. The last stitch, and next scallop 2 a stitch. You should have 20 stitches here. Row 8, wrong side. If you're working with the garter stitch option later, then you'll just use the same needle. But I'm gonna just keep on using my extra working needle here. For row 8, knit 2 together, knit 15, and then slip 3 with yarn in front. Keep on following the instructions closely, and these are all the same techniques at the beginning of scallop 2, so you can rewind to watch the scallop 2 techniques like the welt, the brioche, the eyelets. Watch all of those connections modularly from scallop 2. You can rewind and watch those using the timestamps linked down below. Scallop 3 is identical to scallop 2, but you're just attaching this new scallop 3 to these live stitches gradually as you work the rows. This is scallop 3 completed. You should have 53 live stitches with color A for scallop 3. There should be 26 live stitches remaining from scallop 2, this middle scallop, from here to here. Slip the 53 stitches from scallop 3 onto your spare needle, along with the 28 stitches from scallop 1 here, and the 26 scallop 2 stitches. So you should have 28 scallop 1 stitches, 26 scallop 2 stitches, and 53 scallop 3 stitches, all on a spare needle. So slip all of those stitches together on a spare needle. And I have my working needle here. Scallop 4 begins with the stitches at the end of scallop 1. So this was the first scallop, 3, 2, 1. We're going to start here, looking at the right side. Slip the last 4 stitches from scallop 1 onto your left working needle, the 3 I-cord stitches, and 1 more stitch. The last 4 stitches from scallop 1 onto your left working needle. This is my spare needle holding all the rest of the stitches, and I have my working needle ready to work with these 4 stitches. Garter stitch row 1, right side, using color A. Knit, yarn over knit, knit, yarn over, and knit into the same stitch. Slip 3 with yarn in front. 1, 2, 3. You should have 6 stitches. Row 2, wrong side. If you're doing the garter stitch option and not the brioche option, you could just have all of your stitches on your working needle, and that might make it easier for you to juggle. Row 2, wrong side, knit 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Turn to work right side. Row 3, right side, begins with the yarn over. So just place the right needle under your working yarn. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, you have your yarn, place the right needle under that yarn to make a yarn over. Knit 1, yarn over 3 times. So when you do that first knit stitch, you should have this extra strand going on top of the needle for the yarn over. So yarn over, knit 1, yarn over 3 times. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip 3 with yarn in front. So keep on bringing the yarn in front to slip the last 3 I-cord stitches. You should have 10 stitches. Row 4, wrong side. Knit 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knit next scallop 1 A-stitch. So this is the next live stitch. This is on my spare needle. So I'm going to knit that next live stitch from scallop 1. And you should have 11 stitches on your right needle now, looking at the wrong side. Turn to work row 5. I'm going to leave these scallop 1 stitches on my spare needle, using my working needle for row 5, slip 1 with yarn in front. So the yarn is in front as you slip, and then place the yarn in back, just from front to back between the gap of the needles. Knit 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 6, wrong side. Knit 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There should be 1 stitch remaining. Slip, slip, knit. The last stitch together with the next scallop 1 stitch. So I'm going to slip that last stitch knitwise, slip the next live stitch from scallop 1 knitwise, and knit those 2 together through the back loop for a slip, slip, knit. Turn to work right side. Again, if you're doing the garter stitch option later, you could have all your stitches on your working needle. So this could be your right needle and this could be your left needle. And you can work row 7, slip 1 with yarn in front with just 1 needle. But I'm doing the brioche version later, so I'm keeping all my stitches on a spare needle to help with the brioche technique later. So with my working needle, row 7, right side, slip 1 with yarn in front, and then place the yarn in back. Knit 3, knit 1 yarn over 4 times and then knit. So knit yarn over 4, knit into the stitch, yarn over 4 times, 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times. And finally knit 1, resulting in 9 stitches coming from 1 stitch. Knit 3, slip 3 with yarn in front. You should have 19 stitches. Row 8, wrong side. Knit 18. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There should be 1 stitch remaining on your left needle. If you're off a stitch, you could always sneak in an extra increase or decrease at any time to get back on track. You should have knitted 18 and 1 stitch remains. Slip, slip, knit. Slip that stitch knitwise slip the next scallop 1 A-stitch knitwise, and knit those two together through the back loop for a slip, slip, knit. Turn to work right side. Rows 9 and 10, follow those rows closely to make some more garter stitch. Row 9, right side, slip 1 with yarn in front, and then place the yarn in back. Knit 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 10, wrong side. Knit 18, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 1 stitch should remain, slip, slip, knit. That last stitch and the next scallop 1 A-stitch, and knit those two together through the back loop for a slip, slip, knit. We're creating a new scallop while attaching it to the scallop 1 live stitches. At the end of row 10, turn to work right side. Rows 11 to 14, repeat last 2 rows twice more to create some more garter stitch. I just finished rows 11 through 14, and there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 garter ridges above that large increase hole. Welt, next row, right side, slip 1 with yarn in front. This is color A, slip 1, and place color A in back. Place yarn in back. Using B, just leave color A hanging in the back until later. Welt, next row, right side, using B, knit 15. So this stitch just remains on the needle as you knit 15, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're only going to work with these 15 stitches for the welt, knitting on the right side. Leave the 3 I-cord stitches on your left needle. Turn to work wrong side. Next row, wrong side, purl 15. So don't work those I-cord stitches, only work the 15 stitches. Purl 15. Turn to work right side. So just leave that 1 A-stitch on your needle. We're not going to work that until later. And it might get a little bit loose as you're working, but you can just tighten it up every now and then. It's not going to go anywhere. Next row, right side, knit 15. Keep on working these welt instructions, knitting 15 on the right side, purling 15 on the wrong side until you have 8 rows. After you purl 15 and you have 8 total rows, turn to look at the right side. You can break color B. You have the 3 I-cord stitches, 8 color B rows, and that single color A stitch should still be on your needle here. It might get a little bit loose, but just give it a little tug to tidy it up.
The next section includes instructions for a brioche or garter stitch option. This will be an identical scallop to the others. I'm going to do brioche, so I'm working with my working needle, and I have a spare needle with the other scallop stitches for the brioche option. If you're doing the garter stitch option, all your stitches could be on your right needle, and then these new scallop stitches for scallop 4 can be on your left needle. Okay, there should be one stitch on your right needle, and this next row is the same whether you're doing the brioche or the garter stitch option. Forming the welt. Row 1, right side, using A. This stitch should be on your right needle, yarn over. If you're holding the yarn in your right hand, you should have that one stitch on your right needle of color A and do a yarn over. Knit one together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side from 8 rows below. The same welt technique that we did in the other scallops. You have that original stitch, yarn over, and this was the pick up and knit together with the next live stitch. And then after that, we're going to do a yarn over. So knit one together with a picked up stitch, yarn over. And now we can do the next one. Knit one together with a picked up stitch and yarn over. Knit one together with the next picked up stitch from 8 rows below. Yarn over. We're going to do this 15 times to form the welt. Knit one together with a picked up stitch from 8 rows below. Yarn over. Make sure you have a yarn over between each of those stitches. I'm doing the final knit one together with a picked up stitch, yarn over, bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. You should have 35 stitches. Turn to work the wrong side if you're doing the garter stitch option and you're going to work garter stitch. Or row 1 right side for brioche, keep looking at the right side and slide the needle to work a right side with color C. Row 1 right side for the brioche option. Slip 1. As if to purl, just slip one onto the right needle. And I'm using the working needle. Here is my cord, the working needle, right needle, and the left needle, and my spare needle is holding the other scallop stitches. Row 1 right side, slip 1, using C, purl 1, slip 1 with a yarn over, purl 1, 15 times. Make sure the yarn is in front as you slip, and then purl. Yarn is in front to slip, purl. Slip 1 with a yarn over, purl. 15 times. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, the yarn is in front to slip, yarn over, and purl. Slip 1 with a yarn over, purl 1. Slip with a yarn over, purl. Slip 1, yarn over, purl.
slip one with a yarn over, purl one, 15 times. Both yarns should be in front, slip 3 with yarn in front. Turn to work, wrong side. Row 2, wrong side. Using A, knit 3, slip one with the yarn over. The yarn is in front before you slip. Bring the yarn in front to brioche purl one. Slip one with the yarn over, brioche purl. Brioche purl one, slip one, yarn over. We're doing that 15 times. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, brioche purl one, slip one with the yarn over, brioche purl, slip one with the yarn over. Purling the pair and slipping that single stitch. Purling the pair, slipping the single. Brioche purl, slip one with the yarn over. Brioche purl, slip one with the yarn over. This is the final 15th brioche purl one, slip one with the yarn over. And that final yarn over, you don't have to bring the yarn in front. So when you do that final slip one with the yarn over, just place the yarn on top of the needle, because we're going to slip, 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 knit. The last stitch, slip knitwise, and we're going to slip 2 more stitches from the spare needle. These are the scallop 1A stitches. So we slipped the last stitch knitwise, slip 1, slip a second one from your scallop 1, and then all 3 of those stitches are going to be knitted together through the back loop. Let's do that again. This is just for the brioche option. So if you're doing the garter stitch option at the end of row 2, wrong side, you're going to slip 1 knitwise, slip 1 scallop 1 stitch knitwise, and knit 2 together through the back loop. But we're not doing that for the brioche option. We're doing an extra decrease. So you just did the slip one with the yarn over, the yarn is in back, color A is in back after that slipped stitch. There's 1 more stitch remaining. Slip that last stitch knitwise, slip the next scallop 1 stitch knitwise, and slip 1 more scallop 1 stitch knitwise. So you should have 3 A stitches on your right needle, and knit those 3 together through the back loop for a slip, slip, slip knit. The last stitch together with the next 2 scallop 1 stitches. After you work row 2, that was with color A, do not turn, slide stitches to work the same side with color C. Color C should be in the back. Row 2, wrong side, using C, knit 3, brioche knit 1, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit 1 15 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, you have to bring the yarn forward to slip. Brioche knit. Yarn forward to slip, and you're going to get the yarn over as you brioche knit. Slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit. Slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit. Slip 1 with a yarn over, brioche knit, slip one with the yarn over, brioche knit, slip one with the yarn over, brioche knit, slip one, yarn over, brioche knit, that last color C stitch together with its yarn over, and you should have one final stitch remaining. Just slip that stitch purlwise with yarn in back. So it doesn't need a yarn over, that's just a selvage stitch, the joining stitch. Turn to work right side. Pattern repeat, row 3, right side. Both yarns should be in the front. And I have the scallop 1 stitches on my spare needle. This will be a color A row, row 3, right side, slip 1. Using A, slip 1 with the yarn over. So the yarn is in front, slip 1, and then with the yarn over, take that yarn to the back to brioche knit. So we just have a regular slip stitch at the beginning, that selvage stitch, slip 1 with the yarn over, brioche knit. And slip 1 with the yarn over, brioche knit. Brioche knit 1, bring the yarn forward to slip, and we get that yarn over as we travel to brioche knit. So slip 1 with the yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 with the yarn over, brioche knit. Keep on working these instructions to the last 3 stitches. Brioche knit and slip, brioche knit and slip, brioche knit 1, slip 1 with the yarn over, at the end of the row, slip 1 with the yarn over, bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. Do not turn, slide stitches to work the same side with color C. Color C is in front. Row 3, right side, slip 1. Using C, brioche purl 1. Purling the stitch together with that yarn over. Slip 1 with the yarn over. The yarn is in front to slip. Make a yarn over to brioche purl 1. Do that 15 times. Slip 1 with the yarn over, brioche purl 1. Slip 1 with the yarn over, brioche purl 1. After you do the final brioche purl 1 at the end of row 3, right side, slip 3 with yarn in front, turn to work wrong side. On the wrong side, both yarns are hanging in the back. Use color A first. Row 4, wrong side, using A, knit 3, slip 1 with the yarn over, the yarn is in front to slip, brioche purl 1, slip 1 yarn over, brioche purl 1, slip 1 yarn over, brioche purl 1, slip 1 yarn over 15 times. When you do the final brioche purl 1, slip 1 with the yarn over. The slip stitch is there, and just the yarn over is going on top of the needle and then in back. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, the final slip 1 yarn over, the yarn is in front, you're going to slip and then just place that yarn in back Slip, 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 knit, SSSK. The last stitch, slip it knitwise, slip the next scallop 1 stitch knitwise, and another scallop 1 stitch knitwise, so you have 3 color A stitches. Knit those 3 together through the back loop for the SSSK. This is for the brioche option only. If you're doing the garter stitch option, it's just a SSK, just a 2 together. But for the brioche, that's what it looks like. Do not turn after row 4 using A. Slide stitches to work the same side with color C. And I'm just gonna move this spare needle just to make sure those stitches don't get slippery and fall off. Row 4, wrong side, using C, knit 3, brioche knit 1, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit 1, 15 times. When you do the final brioche knit 1 at the end of row 4, just slip 1 with yarn and back. That final color A stitch, slip with yarn and back. Turn to work the right side. Both yarns are hanging in the front. Repeat rows 3 and 4 of pattern repeat twice more, resulting in 8 color C rows. So row 3, right side, begins with slip 1. Using A, slip 1 with the yarn over. Slip 1, yarn over, brioche knit 1. Slip 1 with the yarn over, the yarn is in front to slip, brioche knit, bring the yarn forward to slip, brioche knit. Repeat rows 3 and 4 of pattern repeat twice more. After the final repeat of row 4 with color C, brioche knit, slip that last A stitch. You can break color C when you have 8 color C rows on the wrong side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next row, right side, slip 1. Whether you did the brioche option or the garter stitch option, it begins the same way. Slip 1, place color A in back. If you're doing the garter stitch option, then you will use color B to knit 31. So just leave color A in back, knit 31 with color B. If you did the brioche option, you're going to knit 1 with color B, brioche knit 1, 15 times. Still work 31 stitches, no matter which version you just did, garter stitch or brioche. Knit 1, brioche knit 1. Using B, work 31 stitches, knit stitches. Continue or skip ahead to the Welt instructions, next row wrong side of the Welt. After you worked 31 stitches, 3 I-cord stitches remain on your left needle. Leave those there. Turn to work the wrong side. Welt, next row wrong side, purl 31. Follow the Welt instructions until you have 8 total color B rows. Don't work these 3 I-cord stitches, and don't work this last color A stitch. Those remain on the needle. Only work the 31 stitches here. After completing 8 color B rows, break color B. Turn to look at the right side for eyelets, row 1, right side. There should be 1 color A stitch on your right needle. And the color A should be in back. We're going to form the Welt, row 1, right side, using A.
One stitch on your right needle, yarn is in back, bring the yarn forward to make a yarn over on your right needle, slip one, and then one yarn over. Well, you don't have to slip one, the yarn is just already on your right needle. So this is what you're looking at before you work row one, using a yarn over, like that. Knit one together with the picked up B stitch on the wrong side to form the welt. There's that B stitch. Knit it together. Do that twice, picking up a color B stitch from the wrong side 2 times, and then yarn over. Repeat from asterisk 14 more times. Knit one together with a picked up B stitch from 8 rows below and knit it together with the next stitch. Do that twice. There we go. Here's the next B stitch. We do that 2 times and then yarn over. Pick up and knit together once. Twice, and yarn over. At the end of row 1, you're doing that pick up and knit one together, pick up and knit a B stitch and knit it together with that next stitch, doing that twice and then yarn over, and then one more time. After you repeat from asterisk 14 more times, you'll do one more of the knit one together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side from 8 rows below. So this was my last yarn over, and this was my last pick up and knit. After you do that last pick up and knit, bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. You should have 51 total stitches. Turn to work row 2, wrong side. Knit 50. This is the 50th stitch. There should be 1 stitch remaining. Slip, slip, knit. Slip that last stitch knitwise. Slip the next scallop 1A stitch knitwise, and knit those 2 together through the back loop for the slip, slip, knit, last stitch, and next scallop 1A stitch. Turn to work the right side. We're going to use color D. Row 3, right side, slip 1 with yarn in front. Color A is in front, slip 1. Place color A in the back, just in the gap between your needles. Color A is in the back, and you have 1 stitch on your right needle. Using D, knit 47, slip 3 with yarn in front. Knit 47 with color D. You have 1 A stitch at the beginning, slipped, and then knit 47. Row 4, wrong side, knit 3. Knit 2 together, yarn over, 23 times. Knit 2 together, yarn over. Knit 2 together, yarn over. After you knit 2 together, yarn over 23 times, knit 1. That should be the final color D stitch. Slip, slip, knit. The last stitch together with next scallop 1A stitch. Slip the last stitch knitwise, and the next scallop 1 stitch knitwise, knit 2 together through the back loop for the slip, slip, knit. Turn to work the right side. Row 5, right side. After you do the brioche option here, it's not necessary to have this spare needle, so it may be easiest for you just to work all of these instructions just on your working needle, so you don't have to use two separate needles. So I'm going to slip one at the beginning of the right side, place color D in back, using A. This color A should be at the back. Knit 47. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on following these rows, 5, 6, 7, and 8, striping colors A and D for 2 rows each to form an identical eyelets section with 4 stripes of each color. Rows 5 through 8, and then repeat those 4 rows twice more, resulting in 4 color D stripes. Once you have 4 color D stripes and finished working rows 9 through 16, break color D, and it's in the front, break color D. Welt, next row, right side, slip one with yarn in front, place color D in the back, using B for another welt, knit 47. Knit all of the stitches except that first slipped stitch. Knit 47, knit all of the stitches except these last 3 I-cord stitches. After you knit 47, turn to work wrong side and purl 47. Purl all of the stitches except that last color D stitch. And if you broke color D, just make sure that as you work these welts, if that last stitch gets stretched out, that it doesn't come all the way out. So just give it a tug every now and then to keep it nice and tidy. Purl 47 on the wrong side, knit 47 on the right side until you have 8 color B rows. After you purl 47 for the final time, you should have 8 color B rows, break color B. When you turn to look at the right side, you should still have 1 color D stitch on your right needle. Next row, right side to form the welt. Color A should still be hanging in the back. You have 1 color D stitch on your right needle. Using A, yarn over. So make a yarn over after that color D stitch that's already on your right needle. If you hold the yarn in your right hand, you have the color D stitch on your right needle. Bring the yarn forward and on top of the needle for the yarn over. Knit one together with the picked up B stitch on the wrong side from 8 rows below. The same welt technique we've been doing. So we have that D stitch, a yarn over, and then that picked up stitch knitted together with your next B stitch. Do that 47 times to create a welt across all 47 stitches. Dive down to get the next B stitch and knit it together. Pick up a B stitch from 8 rows below and knit it together 47 times. When you pick up the final stitch at the end of the welt, you did that technique 47 times, yarn over, bring the yarn forward to slip 3 with yarn in front. A yarn over before the last 3 stitches. You should have 53 total stitches. Next row, wrong side, knit 52. After you knit 52 stitches, the 52nd stitch should be into that yarn over. Knit 52, slip, slip, knit the last stitch together with next scallop 1 A stitch. So it's this color D stitch together
with the next A stitch from scallop 1, slip, slip, knit, working those 2 stitches together. Keep color A attached. There should be 1 live stitch remaining from scallop 1. Leave that on your needle. Slip the 53 stitches from scallop 4. We have scallop 4 completed here. This is scallop 1, 2, 3, scallop 4. Slip the 53 stitches from scallop 4 onto your spare needle by inserting the spare needle tip into the scallop 4 stitches, starting with the 3 I-cord stitches at the end of the row. So I'm going to look at the wrong side of scallop 4, and using my spare needle, I already have my spare needle in the scallop 2 and 3 stitches and that 1 remaining scallop 1 stitch. So put all of those on your spare needle. Again, this is just if you're working the brioche option. If you're doing the garter stitch option, then all of your stitches from scallops 2 and 3 and that 1 scallop 1 stitch could just be on your right working needle. But then you want all of the scallop 4 stitches either on your left needle tip, your working needle tip, if you're doing that garter stitch option, or if you're doing the brioche option. I'm placing my spare needle into all 53 of my scallop 4 stitches. Slipping them onto the spare needle. All 53 scallop 4 stitches are now on the spare needle, and this is what it should look like. I'm doing the brioche option later for scallop 5, so I have my working needle free now with no stitches on it. If you're doing the garter stitch option, you'll be looking at your project like this. And this what might be your working needle if you're doing the garter stitch version. But for you brioche knitters, all scallop 2 stitches, all scallop 4 stitches. These are the 53 stitches from scallop 4 on my left spare needle, and the needle tips are looking at each other, the spare needle. And these are the scallop 2 and scallop 3 stitches still on my spare needle, and there's 1 stitch remaining from scallop 1 on that right spare needle. So this is my spare needle, and I'm ready to work scallop 5. Place color A in the back for scallop 5. And this is that 1 remaining stitch from scallop 1. So place color A in back, slip the first live stitch from scallop 4, the last remaining live stitch from scallop 1 here, and the last live stitch from scallop 2 right there onto left needle. So this is already on the left needle. This is the scallop 1 stitch going on the left needle, and this is that final stitch from scallop 2 that's going on the left needle. Okay, so it should look just like this. This is the color A attached to scallop 4. This is that final stitch from scallop 1 and that last stitch from scallop 2. 1, 2, 3, those are all on this left needle here. The spare needle tips should now be facing each other. And we are ready to go. The last live stitch from scallop 2 onto left needle, and knit those 3 stitches with color A. Here we go. So color A is in the back. Knit those 3 stitches. You can pull the yarn a little bit tight. 1, 2, and 3. So those are the first 3 stitches for scallop 5. Don't worry if there's any little holes or gaps there. We can tidy this up later as we weave in ends, but it's not so important. Turn to work wrong side after knitting those 3 stitches. I'm going to leave all these other stitches on my spare needle. So I'm just gonna work these 3 stitches with my working needle. Looking at the wrong side, row 2, wrong side, knit 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn to work the right side. Row 3, right side, yarn over. Just place the needle under color A to create a yarn over. Knit 1, yarn over 3 times. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, and then bring the yarn in front, slip 1 with yarn in front. This is a color A stitch slipped from scallop 4. So you just did a yarn over and bring the yarn in front to slip 1 stitch from scallop 4. You should have 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A yarn over and then slip 1 with yarn in front. Turn to work the wrong side. If you're not doing the brioche version, then you'll be just working with your 1 needle, with your circular needles. But I'm gonna do the brioche later, so I have my spare needle holding the scallop 4 stitches. Here's the wrong side. Row 4, wrong side, knit 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knit next, scallop 2 A stitch. So this is the next live stitch from scallop 2, and we are just going to knit it. Turn to work right side. You should have 9 stitches on the needle. Row 5, right side, slip 1 with yarn in front, and then place the yarn in the back. Knit 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slip 2 with yarn in front. The last stitch and next scallop 4 A stitch. Like this. Slip 2 with yarn in front, turn to work the wrong side, row 6, knit 2 together. Knit those 2 stitches together, knit 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slip, slip, knit the last stitch with the next scallop 2 A stitch. Slip 1 knitwise, slip the next stitch from scallop 2, knitwise, and knit those together through the back loop for the slip, slip, knit. Turn to work right side. You should have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 stitches. Row 7, right side, slip 1 with the yarn in front, place the yarn in back, knit 3, knit yarn over 4 times, knit into the same stitch, knit 1, yarn over, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and a final knit 1 into that stitch. That was the KYO4K. 9 stitches coming from 1 stitch. Knit 3, slip 2 with yarn in front. The last stitch and the next scallop 4 A stitch. You should have 18 stitches on your right needle. Row 8, wrong side, knit 2 together, knit 15, knitting all of the stitches until the last stitch. So we have the knit 2 together and then knit 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, slip, slip, knit, the last stitch together with next scallop 2 A stitch. Slip, slip, knit. Turn to work the right side. Rows 9 and 10, these were just like the last rows we worked, but we're not doing that big increase. So slip 1 with yarn in front, place yarn in back, knit 15, row 9, knit 15, and then slip 2 with yarn in front. The last stitch, and next scallop 4 A stitch. You should have 18 stitches. Wrong side, turn around. If the pattern doesn't say to turn, but the next row is a wrong side, then you have to turn. So turning to look at the wrong side, knit 2 together, knit 15, slip, slip, knit, last stitch together with next scallop 2 A stitch. Slip, slip, knit. Repeat rows 9 and 10 twice more. After repeating rows 9 and 10 twice more, you should have 4 garter ridges above that increase hole. 1, 2, 3, 4. 17 stitches on the needle, looking at the right side, welt. Next row, right side, slip 1 with yarn in front, place yarn in the back, using B, knit 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Turn to work wrong side and then purl 15. So work 8 rows in stockinette stitch with the center 15 stitches. Don't work that first stitch and don't work that last stitch. They just remain on the needle as you create the welt, or prepare for the welt. Once you complete 8 color B rows, break color B. Looking at the right side, there should be 1 color A stitch on your right needle, and just tighten that stitch up because it's probably a bit loose from maneuvering during those rows. 1 color A stitch is on your right needle. This is the brioche option, row 1 right side. This is the same row if you're doing the garter stitch option. Using A, 1 stitch is on your right needle. Using A, yarn over, knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side. the same welt technique we've been doing and knit that together with the next stitch. Yarn over. Do that 15 times. Pick up the next color B bump, knit it together, and yarn over 15 times. After the final yarn over, bring the yarn in front. And for the brioche option, we are going to slip 3 with yarn in front. If you're doing the garter stitch option, then you will slip 2 with yarn in front. The brioche option, slip that last stitch and the next 2 scallop 4A stitches. And do not turn. Slide the stitches to work the same side with color C. If you're doing the garter stitch option, you're going to slip 2 with yarn in front, just 1, 2 with yarn in front, and then you're going to turn around to knit those 2 together on the wrong side. For the brioche option, slide the stitches to work the same side with color C. These 35 stitches after row 1 right side, these are on the working needle, as well as those slipped stitches, 35 total stitches on the working needle, and these other stitches from scallops 2 and 3 are on the spare needle. And here are the other stitches from scallop 4. These are on the left spare needle. So let me give you a little look at my needles. So just these center stitches here, these 35 stitches, I'm working with brioche now. These are on my working needle, and these other scallop stitches here, here, and here, these are all on my second spare needle. Okay, slide the stitches to work row 1 right side with color C. Slip 1 using C, purl 1. Slip 1, yarn over, purl 1 15 times. Slip 1, here's the slip 1, there's the purl 1, slip 1 with a yarn over, purl 1 15 times. Slip 1 with a yarn over, purl 1. Slip 1 with a yarn over, purl 1, and slip 1 with a yarn over, purl 1. That is into the final yarn over from the color A row. So 15 times, and then slip 3 with yarn in front. Bring the yarn forward to slip these same 3 stitches, and both colors are in front. Turn to work wrong side. Row 2, wrong side using A. It should be hanging at the back. Row 2, wrong side using A, knit 3 together. These 3 color A stitches knitted together. Slip 1 with a yarn over. It's a little bit loose because it was so freshly worked, but slip 1 with a yarn over. Brioche purl 1, slip 1, yarn over, 15 times.
brioche purl one, slip one with the yarn over, brioche purl one. Always have the yarn in front before you slip. Brioche purl one, slip one with the yarn over, brioche purl one, slip one with the yarn over, and just have that yarn going on top of the needle and then towards the back. So you can slip, 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 knit. Slip the last stitch knitwise, and then slip the next 2 scallop A stitches knitwise. Knit all 3 of those stitches together through the back loop with color A. So we've ended the row with row 2, wrong side, using A. We ended it with that slip one yarn over. You see that yarn over going on top of that slip stitch, and then the slip, slip, slip knit. The last stitch together with the next 2 scallop stitches. Do not turn. Color A is in the back. Slide stitches to work the same side with color C. Row 2, using C, which is in the back. Slip one, just a normal slip one. Brioche knit one. That color C stitch together with its yarn over. Slip one, yarn over. Brioche knit one 15 times. Slip one with the yarn over. Brioche knit one 15 times. Slip one with a yarn over, brioche knit one, and then slip one with yarn in back. Just leave the yarn in the back after you did that brioche knit one, and you can pull on the yarns to keep it nice and tidy, and you slipped that last A stitch with yarn in back. So it should look like this. Slip one with the yarn over, brioche knit one, slip one yarn over, brioche knit one, slip one with yarn in back. Turn to work right side, pattern repeat, rows 3 and 4. On the right side, both yarns should be in front. Row 3, slip one. Using A, slip one with the yarn over. The yarn is in front, so slip one, place a yarn over on top of the right needle, and brioche knit one, slip one yarn over 15 times. At the end of row 3, this is the final slip one with the yarn over, and then slip 3 with yarn in front. So bring the yarn forward and slip that last A stitch and the next 2 scallop stitches from scallop 4. Slip 3 with yarn in front. Do not turn, slide stitches to work the same side with color C. Row 3, slip one, just a regular slip one, using C, brioche purl one, slip one, yarn over, brioche purl one 15 times. After the final brioche purl one, at the end of row 3 with color C,
the yarn is already in front after the brioche purl one, and slip those same 3 stitches with yarn in front. Both yarns should be in the front. Turn to work row 4, wrong side. Using A, knit 3 together, those 3 color A stitches together, slip 1 with the yarn over, brioche purl 1, slip 1 yarn over 15 times. After the final slip 1 yarn over, that's just a slip 1 and the yarn is going on top of the needle to the back. SSSK, slip that last stitch knitwise and the next 2 scallop stitches knitwise, and work those 3 stitches together through the back loop for the SSSK. Do not turn, slide stitches to work the same side with color C. You should have 33 stitches after row 4 using A. Row 4, wrong side, slip 1, using C, brioche knit 1, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit 1 15 times. So brioche knit 1, if you hold the yarn in your right hand, bring the yarn forward to slip, and brioche knit. Yarn forward to slip, brioche knit, yarn forward to slip, brioche knit. After the final brioche knit 1 with color C, slip the last stitch with yarn in back. Slip 1 with yarn in back. That is the last A stitch. Turn to work right side. Repeat rows 3 and 4 of pattern repeat twice more, resulting in 4 color C rows. This is the completed brioche option on scallop 5 with 8 color C rows. After you do the brioche option, if you have those spare needles holding the stitches, it's not necessary at this point to have that spare needle anymore for this rest of the scallop 5. So you could slip the scallop 4 stitches onto your working needle like this, all of those stitches, and then keep on taking this right needle or this needle tip going from the brioche. You could get all those stitches onto it, and then also with that needle tip you could place all of these stitches so that you have 2 needle tips facing each other here at the beginning of the brioche section, because it is less to juggle. All right, I just repositioned my needles for after the brioche option to make it a little easier for the rest of this scallop. So all of my stitches are on this left needle tip on my working needle, and the rest of my scallop 2 and scallop 3 stitches are on my right needle. So both needle tips are facing each other after completing the brioche version, like this. All right, this is the final row, next row right side at the end of the brioche option or at the end of your garter stitch option. They both begin with slip 1 with yarn in front, that color A stitch, place color A in back, and just leave it there. Using color B, prepare for the welt. Using B, knit 1, brioche knit 1 15 times, or just knit 31 stitches. If you did the garter stitch option, you're just knitting 31. So knitting the stitches except that first slip stitch, and we're not going to work that last A stitch either. After you knit 31 stitches, turn to work the wrong side, skip ahead to the welt instructions or continue with the welt instructions, welt, next row, wrong side, purl 31. Leave that A stitch on the needle and purl only the 31 stitches. Follow the welt instructions until you have 8 color B rows. After completing 8 color B rows, break color B, color A should be in back. Looking at the right side, you should have that one color A stitch on your right needle attached to your working color A. Row 1 right side for eyelets, scallop 5 eyelets. Using A, yarn over after that stitch that's already on the right needle. Knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side for that same welt technique. Do that twice to welt 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then yarn over, and then 2 more. Knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch. Twice, and then yarn over until you reach the final B stitch. When you reach the final B stitch, you're doing the final pickup and knit 1. Knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch from the wrong side. That's the final welt. And then slip 2 with yarn in front at the end of row 1. Slip 2 with yarn in front, the last stitch, and next scallop 4 A stitch. You should have 50 stitches. 50 stitches on your needle. Row 2, wrong side, knit 2 together, knit 47, slip slip knit at the end of row 2, last stitch together with next scallop 2 A stitch. You should have 49 stitches. Turn to work row 3 right side, slip 1 with yarn in front, place color A in the back and leave it there. Using D, knit 47. You should have the 1 slipped stitch of color A, knit 47. At the end of row 3, after you knit 47, slip 2 with yarn in front. Bring the yarn forward to slip the last stitch and next scallop 4 A stitch. You should have 50 stitches on the needle. This includes those A stitches at the beginning and end. Knit 2 together, row 4, wrong side, knit 2 together. Knit 2 together, yarn over 23 times. At the end of row 4, knit 1, slip slip knit, last stitch, and next scallop 2 A stitch, slip slip knit. You should have 49 stitches after row 4. Row 5, slip 1 with yarn in front, place color D in back, and bring color A to knit. Using A, knit 47. Follow rows 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then repeat those rows twice more, resulting in 4 color D stripes to make another eyelet stripe section. When you complete the welts, you should have 4 eyelet stripes with color D. Break color D, make sure that the tail isn't too short. Welt right side, slip 1 with yarn in front, place color D in back. Using B, knit 47. This is the same welt technique as all of the other scallops. Knit 47. So you're just not working this first color D stitch, and you're not working this last color D stitch. Knit 47 to here, and then purl 47 to create 8 total color B rows during these welt instructions. After completing 8 color B rows, break color B, and the preparation for your welt should look like this. You have 1 color D stitch at the beginning and 1 color D stitch at the end that weren't included in that welt. Next row, right side, using A, bring color A up. You should have that 1 color D stitch on your right needle. Using A, yarn over, knit 1 together with a picked up B stitch on the wrong side from 8 rows below. Pick up that color B bump, knit it together with the next stitch. 47 times to create a welt across all of the stitches. After creating the welt at the end of next row right side, I just did that 47 times, the pick up and knit, and then do a yarn over and bring the yarn in front. Slip 2 with yarn in front. Last stitch and next scallop 4 A stitch. You should have 52 stitches. Next row, wrong side, knit 2 together, knit 49. After you knit 49, slip, slip, knit. Last stitch together with next scallop 2 A stitch. You should have 51 stitches at the end of that wrong side row. Break color A. There should be 2 live stitches remaining from scallop 2. So you should have 2 live stitches remaining right there. This is the completed scallop 1. Scallop 2 has 2 live stitches remaining, and scallop 3 has 53 live stitches from scallop 3. And you have 51 stitches here from scallop 5. So we have completed scallops 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you complete scallop 5, slip all of the 51 stitches from scallop 5 onto your needle. Once you have all 51 stitches from scallop 5 onto your needle, then you can slip the remaining scallop 4 stitches. There should be 29 live stitches remaining from scallop 4. All of these stitches that I'm slipping, get those onto your needle as well. So just get all the stitches onto the needle. You've got the stitches from scallop 3, the 2 remaining stitches from scallop 2, and those recent scallop 5 stitches, and the remaining scallop 4 stitches on your needle. Scallop 6, we are going to do one more scallop right here. We're going to start at the end of the scallop 4 stitches here at the end, and we're going to build a new scallop right here to fill in this space. The instructions for this scallop are going to be almost identical to the scallop 4 instructions, so you can use the timestamps linked down below to skip back and rewind in the video to watch any of those scallop 4 techniques as we have an I-cord edge for a new scallop, just like we did for scallop 4, and we're going to be knitting this new scallop while attaching it to the live stitches. So the only difference between scallop 6 and scallop 4 is you're building scallop 6 here and attaching it to scallop 4 instead of scallop 4 was being attached to scallop 1. So this idea is going to happen right here with an I-cord edge. To begin, place the last 4 stitches. All your stitches should be on your needle. And then place the last 4 stitches from scallop 4 onto your main working left needle. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only going to use this main working needle for the beginning of the scallop, and then later for my brioche option, I'm going to use a spare needle as well. But to begin, just slip the last 4 stitches of scallop 4 onto your left needle. Garter stitch row 1 right side using A, knit, yarn over knit, slip 3 with yarn in front. 6 stitches. Row 2 wrong side, knit 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn to work right side. Row 3, right side, yarn over. Place the yarn on top of the right needle. Knit 1 yarn over 3 times. Slip 3 with yarn in front. Ten stitches. Row 4, wrong side. Knit 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knit next scallop 4 A stitch. Knit this next A stitch from scallop 4. Turn to work right side. You should have 11 stitches here. Row 5, right side, slip 1 with yarn in front, place yarn in back, knit 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slip 3 with yarn in front. Row 6, wrong side, knit 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slip, slip, knit. Last stitch together with next scallop 4 A stitch. Slip, slip, knit. Turn to work right side. The rest of the techniques are the same as scallop 4, so you can rewind and use the timestamps linked down below to watch that increase technique again if you need to see that, the welt techniques, and then when you're working with the brioche technique, you're going to want to place the stitches from scallop 4 onto a spare needle if you're doing the brioche option. So once you get to that moment, with the brioche, you're working brioche with your new scallop 6 stitches, making a new brioche section, and then all of those remaining scallop 4 live stitches here, you can place on a spare needle so that you're working with your working needle on scallop 6 for the brioche, and then attaching it to scallop 4 stitches, but those will be on a spare needle later. But for now, you can just use your working needle for these simple beginning rows. I just finished the final wrong side row of scallop 6 with color A. You can break color A after completing clue 1, and this is what the finished scallop 6 should look like. An identical scallop to the other shapes. It's the same types of techniques as scallop 4,
And here is the completed clue 1 with scallop 1, 2, and 3, scallop 4, scallop 5, and scallop 6. You can slip all of the stitches onto your working needle once you complete scallop 6. You should have 53 scallop 6 stitches. So I'm just slipping all of those 53 color A stitches from scallop 6 onto my working needle. There are no yarns attached. Colors A, B, C, and D are all broken, and no yarn is attached to the end of clue 1, so you can break your yarn and have all your colors ready for the next clue. Place all live stitches onto your working needle. There should be 53 stitches from scallop 6, 2 stitches from scallop 4, 51 stitches from scallop 5, 2 stitches from scallop 2 that are remaining, and 53 stitches from scallop 3. If these stitch counts aren't what you have, you can sneak in some extra increases or decreases in the next clue. So don't worry about the exact stitch count, but try to aim for that at the end. And here we go. We can have an overview here of scallops 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Color A is the main color in this section. So use a dark color or your lightest color, something you really want to see a lot of in clue 1 as color A. Color B is used for the welts. This is also a fun color pop accent or a contrasting color. I used my lightest color for color B, held together with a coordinating color of lace weight mohair silk. You can use a mohair ther with any of your colors. You can hold a strand of lace weight mohair together with A, B, C, or D to have a fluffy accent for any of your colors this week. Color C is used for the background brioche. This is what the wrong side looks like. It's going to be a nice color pop for the background brioche. And color C is going to be a very important color later. So this will be a dominant color later in the knit along. So if you're having a color pop and your other 3 colors have something like a trio of background singers, later in the knit along, this is going to be a soloist. Color C was used for the brioche, and there's a garter stitch option for that section as well. So use color C for that moment, and it's going to be used importantly later in the knit along. And then color D is used for these eyelets, these little mesh eyelets. So that's another nice opportunity for another shade. It could be dark, it could be light. This was my order for A, C, and D. And it's going to be a different kind of relationship later in the clues. So what you see now is going to echo and reverberate in different ways with some other textures, other shaping techniques later on in the knit along. So these are the colors, A, B, C, D, to help visualize. And if you've never done brioche before, I'd probably recommend doing the garter stitch option because we're doing shaping, color, and texture with this modular construction, and it's a lot to add brioche as your first time. So stick with the garter stitch. That's going to be easy peasy if you've never done brioche before. But this is what mine looked like. If you do brioche, you're going to need that spare circular needle, and there's just a little more juggling with your needles if you do the brioche. And if this is already looking like a lot of new techniques for you, then just do the garter stitch option, and that's going to be easier to work because you only work with one needle. Let's tidy the wrong side of the work with some weaving in of the ends. This is going to save you some finishing time in the end. Anywhere you see an end, I just go on the wrong side, and I like to do a little whip stitch into the matching color of my end. So you can just go through the purl bumps on the wrong side, and I go through several bumps at once, like this.
and about 10 or 12 is enough. And once you go through and do a little whip stitch with your tapestry needle, just pull it through, and then you can snip the yarn. Don't snip it too close to the fabric. Give it a little extra space so when you pull on the fabric, it has some room to nestle into those stitches. Let's see, some other locations for brioche. Let's weave in some ends for brioche. This color C. For brioche, I like to go behind both stitches like this, and then into a bump, and then again behind both stitches of that matching color, and then whip stitch through that purl bump. Behind and into this bump, behind the knit stitch and into the purl bump. A couple more times we'll do it. This is probably the most intricate technical section. So if this was a lot of focus and concentration for you this week, don't worry, there's going to be some relaxing moments ahead. There we go, that's enough. And then you can trim that end, not too close to the fabric. There we go. Let's do a couple more. If you have these color B stitches for the Welt, you could weave in 2 strands at once. If that feels a little too bulky for you, then you could just do 1 strand at a time. For this one, we could go into these red bumps here. Do a little whip stitch to tidy the ends. This will look nice and crisp and clean for the next section, so you don't have as many jellyfish yarn strands dangling all over the place. And a couple more. You can use any technique you like for weaving in the ends. If you have any other methods, this one works for me. But if you have any other methods that you like, you can give those a try. And we're already looking much more tidy. Let's do one more here at the edge. I'll do another color B Welt color. If any of the ends are on the right side, just poke them. If any of the ends are on the right side like this, just poke them through to the wrong side. For this one, here we go. We can try to hide it behind its matching color. There's no right or wrong way, but I like this quick whip stitch technique because it's quick and easy. And before you know it, you can pop in an episode of your favorite TV show and do some weaving in of the ends, and that'll save you a lot of time in the end. There we go. And trim the end. And you can do that for all the ends to keep them nice and tidy. All the ends are broken, so you have a complete Clue 1 ready to go for the next section.
Well, that was an action-packed Clue 1. We have all 6 scallops ready to go for another section next week. And I started this off with a sound wave inspiration. So I can't wait to see how this burst of sound waves reverberates throughout the design. We have all 4 colors here on the right side, and this is what the wrong side looks like. And I wove in most of my ends, so you can do some tidying at the end of this clue. I did the brioche option. If you're new to brioche, I recommend just doing the garter stitch option. It's really easy, and you're already doing texture, color, and shaping in this clue. So it was one of the most technical Clue 1s we've done with a lot of different ingredients. But next section is going to be a bit more relaxing, and there's a different flavor and a different feeling in each week's clue. So every section is like a different song. It has a different vibe. We have this fun scallops to get started. And the next section, we're going to take it a little easier and have some relaxing rhythms for the next section. So share your colors and progress on Instagram with the hashtag WestknitsMCAL2025, or on Ravelry. There's a Ravelry group linked down below, and you can post your progress in the spoiler threads of that group. And there's also a no spoiler, a no photo discussion thread if you want to knit along without seeing, but I already showed you here what the final clue looks like. So this is clue 1. Share your photos in the spoiler thread on Ravelry, and we'll see those beautiful, colorful inspirations this month as we knit along. I'll see y'all in the next clue.